A Marion County judge is expected to decide this week whether a 5-year-old girl can return to a controversial church. As Call 6 reporter Jim Parsons tells us, she and the church are at the center of a custody battle. And tonight, a former church pastor adds words of warning to the struggle for Courtney's soul.
Shane Hyde arrived at Marion County Juvenile Court recently to pursue a legal battle close to his heart and soul. He's fighting to get back unsupervised visitation with his 5-year-old daughter, Courtney. That visitation was denied him by Courtney's mother.
But I don't want him to be alone with her because I know that he'll brainwash her, try to.
See, they've never been to my church, so, we've invited them, and they've never come out, so they really don't have any say-so.
Cult Awareness Network, can I help you?
But they did contact the Cult Awareness Network in suburban Chicago and learned the organization has a thick file on Shane's church, the Potter's House.
They have been criticized for being very authoritarian. They have been criticized by some Christian cult-watching ministries for their doctrinal inadequacies.
Lee Stubbs knows the inner workings of Potter's House. Now a student at the University of Arizona, Stubbs was a Potter's House pastor for 20 years. Last year, he and his wife walked away from the church, but it wasn't easy.
It's almost a threat. If you leave, you'll be out of the will of God. If you leave, you'll destroy your destiny. Them leaving the fellowship is the same as leaving the kingdom of God.
And once he did leave, his car tires were slashed and windows broken. Lifelong friends turned on him.
You are dehumanized. And so when you run into someone from the church and they see you, they no longer see you as Lee or Connie. They look at you and say, oh, there's the slime bucket. There's the enemy of the cross. There's, Satan's agent.
And that wasn't all Stubbs was called. He kept a list.
Benedict Arnolds, bent, warped, violators, twisted, died in the harvest, slime buckets, wicked, spirits of hatred.
Known as Potter's House in Prescott and Winslow, Arizona, Christian Fellowship Ministries also goes by another name. It's called The Door in Tucson and Flagstaff. But whatever the name, all 800 churches worldwide, including Potter's House in Indianapolis, are connected.
The community should be concerned, and people should be very careful and consider the group's history and explore that history before they become involved.
Courtney's mother explored that history after the girl was subjected to a church skit involving the devil, blood, and a heart. She refused to allow her daughter to return to Potter's House.
They caused my child harm, and I just want to make sure she don't have to go back.
Courtney's father accuses his ex-girlfriend and her parents of contempt of court, saying their actions had more to do with their disapproval of him than of his church.
And God changed my life, and for the better. And I'm trying to instill that in my daughter, things of righteousness, and they're still coming against me.
A mother, a father, and a church. And caught in the middle, a child. And if the judge does decide that Courtney can come back to church here with her father, she would be coming to this building, the old Sheridan Theater on East Washington Street. Potter's House is currently located in Irvington, but the congregation is planning to move to this facility within the next few months. They got zoning approval for that. And this is a much larger facility. So, Clyde, just one sign that this congregation may be growing here in Indianapolis.
I was going to ask you, how extensively is the church seeking new members?
Very extensively. They do sidewalk preaching on Saturdays. They post flyers around the east side whenever they have revivals. And most recently, they've been trying to get the pastor, Dan Mazan, and his wife have been attempting to form a Bible club at IPS's Harshman Middle School. So far, the principal there has resisted those efforts, but we are told dialogue is continuing to form that Bible club.
All right, Jim, thank you for that report.
All right.